What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2025 Kia K4 EX. Huge thank you to Angel Sanchez over at Safford Kia of Manassas, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular K4 or any Kia product, then I'll be sure to have Angel's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It is a beautiful winter day here in VA, but it is getting a bit chilly now that the sun is going down. But just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2025 Kia K4 EX, and this particular one's been painted in deep sea blue. I wanted to preface this video by saying the K4 is an all-new model in Kia's lineup for 2025, and it replaces the previous Forte. But this particular one, being the EX, as standard, you get LED reflector headlights with high beam assist, as well as amber LED daytime running lights and LED turn signals. Now, taking a few steps to the left, this is what the new K4 looks like, and you can see you have your silver Kia logo located at the center of your hood. When you come down just a little bit, you get the gloss black front grille with the satin chrome accent grille bars both at the top and the bottom of the grille. When you come down just a little bit, you get your satin black lower grille with that silver accenting, kind of acting like your front chin. And really, that's kind of about it, stylistically speaking, of what we got going on here at the front end. Overall, sleek design in my personal opinion, and I think it looks great here at the front end. When you get towards the rear three-quarter, it gets a little wonky, gets a little bit interesting, but again, that is subjective and that is just my personal opinion. As mentioned, you get that satin black lower grille that leads into your satin black wheel arch moldings, and this one being the EX, as standard, you get these 17-inch black with machine finish wheels that are wrapped in 225/45 Kumo Solus TA51 all-season tires. I'll give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires here real quick, and I'm also going to throw the price of the tires on screen right now as well. If this is not a sporty enough looking K4 for you, you might want to take a look at the GT line. That's going to give you the sporty appearance and overall just a more aggressive exterior design. But anyways, coming on down the side, as standard, you get body color mirror caps, and these side view mirrors are heated, manual folding, and you will find your blind spot monitoring on the outer left hand side of your driver side mirror and on the outer right hand side of your passenger side mirror. Now I'm going to take a few steps back, give you a side profile shot of this thing. You can see that really long second row door followed by that kind of sloping roof design. It's like high here and then it becomes more of a sloping roof design, kind of to a ducktail-ish spoiler. Not really much, but you can kind of see it here in person at least. But you can see satin black window trim. You get body color front door handles with keyless access. Just keep in mind, keyless access only on your front two door handles. The rear two door handles, kind of interesting looking. They are kind of here in your window trim. No keyless access on the rear doors. However, you can see satin black arch moldings lead into your satin black rocker panels. And then also, here on the rear three-quarter, you have your filler neck. However, in order to open that up, you have to come in here to the driver's seat, pull up on that right there, and that is how you get access to your filler neck. 87 octane will do you just fine with this thing, and no, you can see no capless filler neck. Up top here, body color shark fin antenna. You get a rear window defroster. Your third brake light is located right there, and then also at the top of your deck lid, you can see it's gloss black, and then it transitions to that body color. I think the gloss black on blue looks fantastic. Blue is one of my favorite colors on vehicles, if you guys did not know that, or some of you may not care. But anyways, LED taillights standard, and then you get your silver badging back here with the Kia badging and the K4 badging, and in between your two taillights you get a gloss black trim piece. Backup camera there. To the right of the backup camera, that is the button you press in order to open up your trunk. You do get a smart trunk, essentially meaning if you have that function enabled, you have your key fob in your pocket, you would walk up to the trunk area and the trunk would open up on its own. Now, a couple dimensions you may be wanting to know here in the trunk area. From right here to the seat back, you get 43 inches of length. The width at the widest point is 56 inches from here to there, and then the height of the trunk is 21 inches from the bottom of the trunk to right here. So you guys can do some math, calculate the dimensions to get the amount of storage space that you have back here. But also, you pull on this, you pull on this, that is how you drop your second row seats. It's a 60-40 split, 60% here on the passenger side, 40% here on the driver's side. Fold those seats down for more storage space. The only option that we have on this vehicle is the $175 carpeted floor mats. You can see them right here. They get the K4 lettering. I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see that, but anyways, it says K4 right there. And then underneath all of that stuff, you have your spare tire and your jack, all the necessities to change a flat if you do end up getting a flat tire. Pull on this right here, nice little grab handle to close the trunk. Kind of pull down on that aggressively and the trunk will close. And then we're gonna finish things off here at the rear end. So in between these two silver pieces is where you will find your reverse lights. You get a satin black rear bumper, and really that's kind of about it for the exterior of the K4EX. You can see, similar to the K5, you have that very similar looking taillight design with the taillights coming down. I personally, between the K4 and the K5, prefer the way that the K5 looks. Again, just my personal opinion. You can let me know your opinion. However, the blue on this looks absolutely fantastic here in person. And it is a nice alternative to the K5. You know, it's a little bit longer, a little bit different looking, still going to be able to fit 4 people, still have a good amount of trunk space. It's a little bit cheaper than the K5 as well, which is nice if you're looking for an affordable vehicle. But really, that's kind of about it for the exterior of this thing. Let me know your opinions on the K4 in the comments down below. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that produces 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to an intelligent variable transmission for a 0 to 60 in 8.6 seconds. And if you are wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 29 miles per gallon in the city, 39 miles per gallon on the highway for 33 miles per gallon combined with front wheel drive only. It doesn't matter which trim level of the K4 you get, there is not an all-wheel drive option with the K4. If you need all-wheel drive, you might want to take a look at the next sedan up in Kia's lineup, which is the K5, which you can get all-wheel drive with. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Those 3 things look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. Not only do I post review videos, I also do vlog style videos with traveling or doing videos with any of my 3 cars, C6 Z06, Camaro SS, or a Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. So if you're interested in seeing any content with any of those cars, please take a second to subscribe. And then also follow me on Instagram to see behind the scenes action of the review videos, and then also my life. But anyways, with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as mentioned earlier, you get keyless access as standard. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press this button right here, and it will unlock. You can press that very same button again, and it will lock right back up. This is what the key fob looks like. It's gray, and going over the functions on it, starting from the top, you have your lock function, your unlock function, your trunk pop function, your panic function, and on the opposite side, you have your remote start function. If you wanted to remote start this, first thing you got to do is lock it, hold this button, and she will fire right up. And that is what the K4 sounds like being fired up from the exterior's perspective. Now let's see what the interior of the EX has to offer. So this one has been spec'd with the gray and black cloth interior. Anyways, this is what our door panel looks like. You can see you get some vinyl wrapping up top here, nicely padded armrest, your door handle, some cloth, your power side view mirror controls, your unlock and your lock functions, automatic up and down windows in the front. You do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. Then that button is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. You also get a little bit of storage space, a spot you could set a water bottle, and the EX comes standard with a 6-speaker audio system. Here's a view of these front seats again. As standard, they are manually adjustable, both the driver and the front passenger seat. And now I'm gonna step into the interior and walk you guys throughout what we got going on in the new K4. So first thing I wanted to show you is down here. If you pull on that, that is how you open up your trunk. And if you pull on this right here, that is how you pop open your fuel door. Up top here, that is your defroster for your driver window. Then you get an HVAC vent. This is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons. Pulling on this is going to engage your parking brake. If you wanted to disengage the electronic parking brake, you have to push your foot against the brake, push against that, and the parking brake will disengage. And then that right there is to turn your traction control system on or off. At the side of your steering wheel, you flip that down. That gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So you can push the steering wheel away from you, you can bring it towards you, and it also moves up and down. Once you find your comfortable position, all you gotta do is lock that right back into place. And now let's take a listen to the turn signal. Not only is this your turn signal control stock, this is also obviously your high beam control stock and your headlight control stock. So all the way at the top is headlights on. It also lets you know what's going on over there on the side of your digital gauge cluster. Come down one, that is parking lights. Down one more, that's headlights automatic, and all the way down is headlights off. Again, that is about it for our turn signal stock. Now, this is what your steering wheel looks like. It is Syntex wrapped in like any other vehicle. You have your horn at the center. Let's take a listen. That is what the horn sounds like here on the K4. And going over the controls here on the steering wheel, this thing comes standard with smart cruise control with stop and go. So here are your driver assistance features here, kind of like that L-shaped. And then the scroll knob and then the page button is how you control your 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, which I will get into here in a second. Click on that drive mode button. You have two different drive modes. You get your normal mode and your sport mode. I'm going to leave it in normal mode for right now. Now, coming to the right-hand side of your steering wheel, these two buttons are configurable. I'm going to start with the mode button. It's going to pop open this menu here on your infotainment screen. So basically, with the mode button, you can select all of these different things here, and anytime you click the mode button, it's going to switch you between any of these selections. So right now, all I have selected are Amazon Music, SoundCloud, and phone projection. So anytime I click the mode button, it's going to go Amazon Music, SoundCloud, phone projection, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, phone projection. And basically with the mode button, you can select all of these if you wanted to. You can select 3 of them. You can select however many, however little you want. And that is what the mode button does. Now, it's a similar premise behind the star button here. However, with the star button, you can only select one of them. So it can be just your climate, just your radio, just your Bluetooth, any of these things here, but it will only be one of them. So anytime I click that button, it's going to turn the media system on or off, or it's going to be the home button for the infotainment system. So again, you can select as many as you want, as little as you want. This one, you can only select one of them. So both of these buttons, again, are configurable. And then this is to go this is to go backwards on a track. Pushing down is to go forwards on a track. This is to speak to the vehicle. If you have your phone connected to Apple CarPlay, if you press and hold on that, that is going to pop open Siri. And then beneath that, you have your volume control, volume up, volume down. Click on it. It is going to mute the audio system. And then this right here is going to pop up your phone screen on your infotainment system. So that's kind of about it for the steering wheel. Kind of an interesting looking steering wheel. It's kind of like a square-gle, circle square. Anyways, now moving into our gauge cluster. So the EX gives you a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. This is what the gauge cluster looks like. You got your speed limit sign up top there. You have your speedometer, your tachometer. That is your odometer, coolant temperature gauge, transmission status, ambient exterior temperature, fuel gauge, fuel range, and then right now that's letting us know that the driver assistance features are on. So again, if you wanted to control that screen, you have these two controls here. So I'm gonna click this, then you can see your since refueling information, current trip, tire pressure stuff, and since last reset. Click that one more time, then you have your driver assistance features. If you press and hold on this while on this screen, it's gonna pop open your driver assistance screen here on your infotainment system. I'm gonna scoot up a little bit so we have better lighting and we're not so much in the sun, because the sun is kind of messing with what I wanted to show you guys here on screen. So I'm going to move to this spot. I think this is a little bit better. But anyways, that's kind of about it for the digital gauge cluster. Now, one thing that is interesting about this is that when you step up to the EX, you then get the 5-inch climate control display, which is what this is right here. You can select the fan speed, you can select the airflow direction, auto, AC, recirculating. Again, this is a touch screen, so if you click on that, you can turn it up, you can turn it down, you can turn defroster on, you can turn your rear defroster on. Basically, you can kind of do what you want to. You can select where you want the airflow to be. And then if you click that right there, it's going to bring you into this screen, kind of a more detailed screen. I'm messing with the airflow. You get dual zone automatic climate control here with the EX. So that's the button you press. It's going to see, it kind of looks like a plus. It's going to pop open your climate control here throughout our infotainment screen. You click that, that's going to bring us back into our infotainment screen. So this is your climate control stack here, but you also get physical climate controls for the temperature and the fan speed, as well as the airflow direction down here. So that is definitely nice to see. If you wanted to turn this screen off, you would just click the plus, off, boom, we're good to go. And then to the right of that, then you get your 12.3-inch infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. This is what the home screen looks like. You have your audio stuff, phone projection, which is like your CarPlay, Android Auto. Swiping over, you have these different things here. This is going to bring you into your menu, profile settings, online manual. And if you flip down like this, that is going to bring you into your quick control screen. You can turn quiet mode on, which is basically going to turn the rear speakers off, and it is going to lower the front speakers to a volume that's not going to bother the rear passengers. And then you can also turn the display off or adjust the brightness of the display here. Flip that back up. The only other thing I really wanted to show you here on the infotainment system is if you go into your setup mode and we wanted to find, you know, driver assistance features, right? You type in driver assistance, and it's going to pop up your driver assistance features here on the side of the screen. So rather than going throughout, you know, the different menus here to find that, all you got to do, look for the magnifying glass up top there, type in what you're looking for, and boom, it will pop up on the right-hand side of the screen. And then down here, back button, home button, and then this is your online manual button. So that's really kind of about it, other than the date and the time. Also, one thing I did want to show you is that with the EX, you get a wireless charging pad down here. That is an iPhone 14 Pro Max. And when your phone is in your wireless charging pad, up top here, you can see the battery with the bolt through it. That is letting you know that the wireless charging pad is actively charging your phone. Anyways, that's about it for the infotainment system. Down here, you have your different shortcuts into home, map, search, media, another configurable button, and your setup screen. We're going to click on this. Same premise behind this star button, except you can see it's not filled in, so you get a different menu of things to choose from. Again, same premise, only choosing one of these things, but it is nice that you have another configurable button. Volume control is right here. Beneath that, you have your 2 HVAC vents, hazard button there at the center that flashes with the hazards. Again, I already went over this. You have your climate control, physical climate controls right here. Down here, push on that. That's going to give you a 12-volt power outlet. Then you have your 2 USB-C ports, a wireless charging pad down here with a little bit of storage space to the left and right of the wireless charging pad. Push button, start button is down here. And if you want to control the transmission, you go into here, flip this to the left, push up to upshift, pull down to downshift. And this is also syntax wrapped both on the handle here and then also this fancy looking stuff down here. Auto hold, that is a function. Basically the vehicle will hold you in place by itself with its braking system. And if you wanted to go forward again, all you got to do is hit the accelerator. Very nice for when you're stuck in traffic. And then this button right here is going to pop up your backup camera. One thing that's kind of interesting here, as you can see, I have a cup holder that is open right now, but if you need the open space, you'd flip this back into there and then you get just open storage space. But let's say you have a coffee, boom, you click that right there and now you have a cup holder. But let's say your passenger also needs a cup holder. All you got to do, push this, boom, you get another cup holder down here as well. So you either have the cup holders or you don't, depending on how much storage space you need. Padded armrest here. Opening this up, you get no connectivity down in here. So depth speaking, you get about 6 inches, and then this way you get about 7 1/2 inches. So 6 inches deep, followed by width of 7 1/2. So good amount of storage space down in there. When you come over to here, you do not get a lockable glove box. Decent amount of storage space in the glove box, and the glove box is illuminated. Up top here, you have just your standard rear view mirror. This is going to let you know if the passenger airbag is on or off. roadside assistance features here and here. Both of your lights in here are LED. And then you can see this is your instant dome light on button. It's going to turn on all of your interior dome lights. And then you can see how that button is illuminated. So when I open up the doors, the interior lights will not turn on. However, if I click that and that amber light goes away, now when I open up the doors, the interior lights will come on. Coming over to here, you get a vanity mirror with a vanity light. One thing that is interesting about the vanity light, you have to flip it on yourself. However, you're like, oh man, is that going to kill the battery? When you close this, it turns that light off. Then opening this up, slides in and out for when the sun is in those awkward positions. Last but not least, OPU panel for the driver. Same thing over there for the front passenger. And really, that's kind of about it for what we got going on here, at least in the front of the K4. So a couple things that's nice. You get the wireless charging pad. It's kind of interesting to see that you get that 5-inch climate control display that is touchscreen in between both the digital gauge cluster and your infotainment system. And now I'm just going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. I suggest you take a look at the right column of where all the features are. That is what you get with the EX. You can see the digital dash, dual zone climate, wireless charging pad, illuminated vanity mirrors, etc. But now I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2025 K4 EX is spec'd is $25,320. I think that is a great value considering what you get. You get the nice digital gauge cluster, looks very nice, wireless CarPlay, comfortable seats. So if you're looking for a vehicle that's going to haul around you and your family, or maybe you and your dog, this is a nice vehicle to do it, and it is affordable at that, which, you know, it's hard to come by an affordable vehicle now in 2025, as many of you may know. I do want to show you though what we got going on in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. One thing though about the rear door is that if you pull on this and then you open up the door, you kind of got to step back, right? Otherwise it is going to hit you. That's just what I noticed. But anyways, taking a look at what we got going on in the rear, I did lock the passenger window privileges. So let's see, how far does the window go down back here? Nearly all the way down, just not quite. Same kind of stuff that you get on the front driver door panel. This is what your second row seats look like. Sliding that over, you do not get a center fold down armrest. Stepping into what we got going on back here, it looks like you may be able to set a phone both here and there. You get 2 dome lights back here, followed by an OPU panel and a spot you could set your dry cleaning here on the driver's side. However, on the passenger side, you only get the OPU panel. On the driver's side, you do not get a seat back pocket, but you do get a seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. Down in here, you get a spot you could set your phone, followed by 2 USB-C ports. And speaking of knee and leg room, I'm 5'9", adjusted behind myself. I've got actually plenty of knee and leg room. Here's another view of my knee and leg room. And being 5'9", I have quite a couple inches of headroom left over as well. And then here's a view of what it looks like out the front from my eye view, being 5'9". But you know, we talked about the exterior, we talked about the performance, and now we talked about what's going on here in the interior of this thing. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video. Take a listen. Definitely not the quickest thing that you've ever driven, but it's not super slow. I mean, it'll get you where you need to go. If, you know, you're wanting some additional power, more than this thing can offer, you can take a look at the GT line turbo. It is going to be faster than this, but it's still going to give you that same look as this. So if you're going for the look of the K4, but you want a little bit more power, take a look at the GT line turbo. It is going to give you more power with the same look. One thing I really do like about this vehicle is just all the driver assistance features that you get with this as standard. You know, it's a $25,000 vehicle. You're still getting the blind spot monitoring. You're still getting the forward collision warning. You're still getting that smart cruise control, which is definitely nice. Here's a little acceleration normal. So it's definitely got a power band. You know, once you get about 3,000 RPMs, you can really start to feel it pull. Like, it's not super slow, which is nice. So if you're just doing a commute, you don't really care about power, you're looking more for fuel economy and comfort, well, this has the fuel economy and it also has the comfort. You know, these seats are very, very comfortable. I would say they are on very minor touch on the firmer side, but they're also nice and comfortable and padded as well. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. I think these seats are very comfortable, at least in my personal opinion, from my perspective. I'm gonna do a nice little acceleration here to the right. Again, just pretty easy acceleration. I don't think that this thing is lacking power really by any means. Sound system sounds pretty decent. You know, it is the 6-speaker sound system. If you're looking for a little bit better of a sound system, you are gonna have to step up a trim or two to get to the better sounding sound system. I believe the next trim level up is the GT line. Again, the GT line is going to give you those sporty exterior looks, but it's not gonna give you the sporty powertrain. If you want the sporty powertrain, you are going to have to get the GT line turbo. Not only is that going to give you the sporty exterior looks, it is also going to give you more power as well. So if that is what you're going for, take a look at that. But you know, if you're on a budget, this is a great vehicle for you. I mean, you can't even really hear that engine. I like to see how it's got those 3 red lines letting you know that there is a vehicle next to you. That is the blind spot monitoring system. Not only do you get the blind spot on the mirror, you also get it on the digital gauge cluster as well, which I really like. Another thing that I like is that I am speeding a little bit. You can see speed limit is 35. I'm going about 40, again, about the flow of traffic. But you could see there was a little red flashing light down on the lower left-hand section of the digital gauge cluster, letting me know that I am just a touch above the speed limit. So overall, if you're looking for a vehicle that is affordable, it's going to do everything that you want it to do. It's going to give you those nice features like the smart cruise control with stop and go, like the blind spot monitoring system, like the nice digital layout here with your digital gauge cluster, digital media screen, and then also your digital climate control stack. I mean, it is just a nice vehicle for the money. It's an attainable vehicle. A lot of vehicles nowadays are very expensive, and Kia is giving you something here that isn't super expensive, still gives you the nice LED exterior lighting, which, you know, if you're going for a vehicle that's a little bit cheaper, normally that's kind of the first thing that gets tossed to the wayside, is the LED exterior lighting, which you can see on the tailgate of that Tundra there. We got those sick amber daytime running lights. So very nice looking vehicle on the exterior. I prefer the looks of the K5. I still think this is a pretty decent looking sedan. Again, comes in at an affordable price, which is important. Nice features here on the interior. It's got a nice drive to it as well. The 4-cylinder isn't obnoxiously loud when you get on it either, which is definitely nice. So overall, nice affordable sedan for the money. This is 703 speed approved. But if you enjoyed the video so far today, or if you enjoyed the video today, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Those 3 things look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm. That helps me grow. Again, also behind the scenes footage of what I think about cars and stuff, I do post on my Instagram at 703speed, and I don't only post review videos on YouTube, I also post video vlogs of me doing stuff with a couple of my cars. Again, I got a Corvette Z06, I got a 2010 Camaro SS that is cammed, and a Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. So I'm across the spectrum here with vehicles, V8s to slow cars. So if you guys are a car enthusiast, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram. This is a big year for new content. So if you guys want to see that, stick around, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I'd greatly appreciate it. But again, that is it for today's video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.